This is the new HTC One, and this is the T-Mobile version. We'll be doing a quick review on it. If you guys need to know any statistics on it or anything like that, you guys can go ahead and check out the link below. Some cool features about this phone. It's pretty fast. They got a new little feature here on your camera. You can go ahead and access the panoramic view, and I do believe the S4 has that as well. Cool feature is you can go ahead and take a whole screenshot of the whole room, and it'll mix and stitch everything together, and I'll kind of show you here. So as it's taking the photo, you can go ahead and turn your phone, and I'll just stop it right there. And what it'll do is it'll stitch all the photos together, so you take one huge large photo. Another cool feature about the phone is some of the apps that are on here. So a lot of the apps that come with this phone, there's not actually a lot of apps. So the good thing about that is it doesn't really tend to slow down your phone very much. I've got some apps downloaded on here, but it only comes with probably maybe 15 apps stock. So that's another cool thing about it. Another cool thing about this phone is it's already got built-in radio to it. So any kind of local radio or any station you want to get from wherever you're located at, it'll pick it up right off the bat, and you can go ahead and access that. That's another cool feature about the phone. Another cool thing about this phone that you might not know is it does have the capability to go and send all of your access all of your data and everything from another phone. So if you are going from a Windows phone, an Android phone, or an Apple phone, you can go ahead and come into settings here and go to transfer content. And what it'll do is it'll hook up your Bluetooth with the previous phone, and you have all these options. You got the options of selecting an iPhone, other phones like Windows, Android, and what you can do is it'll access that, and you can retain all your content to the new phone. Do you want to, we can show them really quick?
Yeah, we'll show them. So iPhones are notorious for not being able to connect via Bluetooth to other devices because Apple doesn't want you to have that ability.
So what we're showing you here is the fact that I can transfer all of my data over to an iPhone. So it gives me the options going from a 3G, 3GS to 5, all the way up to a 5. So this one happens to be an iPhone 4, so I'm just going to click iPhone 4 here and click Next. And it'll give you instructions, pretty standard instructions. Now as you notice, it won't actually pick it up on the iPhone, but the only reason it does is because we've already connected it to test it out. So you click Next again, and it'll go ahead and scan it here, and it'll show me the iPhone that we just picked up. So once you click on it, click on the iPhone and click Next, and what it'll do is it will then pair up with the iPhone, and it'll give you instructions. So like we said before, you can take your iPhone 4 and you should be able to sync it with the newer phone. So if I'm going from this iPhone over to this, you continue throughout the steps and just click Next. And normally, well, at least the first time we did this, it actually worked. So we're going to kind of go ahead and just telling you may need to authorize it. So it'll say that like once or twice, and then it'll kind of show up with what you can. So as of right now, it's showing that we can pair these two devices. And what it'll do is you want to make sure that the passkeys are correct in the codes, and then click pair, and it'll ask you what you want to sync and what not to sync. But right now I'm not going to sync my stuff, so I'm going to cancel out of this. Okay, so I'm going to quit out of that. Another cool feature about this phone is the Beats audio that's actually located within this phone. So you have the option, if you go into settings, you've got the option to turn Beats audio on and off. So if I'm playing a song, we'll find a song here. If I got a music, let's see. Okay, so this is just a music download program I've got. Downloads. Okay, I'm going to play this song by Justin Timberlake here. Okay, so I've got, up in the top here, you can tell that it's actually got Beats Audio playing, and you can tell. So now if I'm going from some high def audio here, I can go back into my settings, and I can actually switch this off and toggle it off. Even though I toggle it off, it may sound a lot louder, but it's not going to be as crisp and as clear as it would be if Beats Audio was on. So yet again, here we go. So here Beats Audio is on, and now it's off. So it may be louder, but it's not as crisp. Alright, now I'm going to go back in here and turn this off. Alright, so back to where we were at. So another feature that we have for this phone is this actually has a built-in infrared camera here in the power button, which is a really nice feature that it does have. So here in the apps, it's actually a stock app, and it's called TV, and you can click on TV, and it'll actually run through processes of being able to add or not add whatever kind of remotes you want. So if I click here to add remote, it'll walk you through the steps to add for a television, a home theater system, or say a DVR player. I've already got some remotes here, and I can choose, and it will save any remotes that you actually store on here. So what I'm going to do, and another thing, is if it doesn't seem to find the remote the brand that you're using, what it'll do is it'll ask you to use the infrared built into the remote, and it'll ask you to hold down, say, the power button. So if I hold down the power button and I aim it right at the power button on the phone, it'll actually record the frequency into the phone, and it'll save it for you. So if I took my remote now, I've already got this built in, and as you guys can see up here on the television, if I had turned the power off and on, what it'll do is it will turn the television on, and I actually have the ability to toggle the volume, the main menus, the settings, the brightness, and any other features that a television can change. And then the last thing to actually note about this phone, I don't know if it's this one in particular, but sometimes we do have problems using the back button. See, as you can tell, I just pushed it and it actually didn't go back. Sometimes that does happen. I'm not sure, like I said, if it's with this phone or if it's with all of them, but that is something else to notice. Anything else you guys want to notice on the phone, you guys can go ahead and check the link below, and we'll post some other features like the processor and things like that on the phone. I did forget one thing. This does also have the dual speakers here down at the bottom and on the top as well, and then the standard charger port and audio jack and everything. So it's a great phone. So anyhow, if you guys want to leave us some comments and some posts, it'd be much appreciated.